If you stay where you are hurt, it's not love, it's a lack of boundaries. And I have bad news for you. Nobody is going to set those limits for you. Setting boundaries is not being selfish, it's not being cold, it's not ceasing to love. Setting boundaries is taking care of yourself. It is fundamental for your emotional well being, for your relationships. They should be clear, clean, and healthy so you don't end up disappointed, exhausted, or hurt by relationships that don't respect you or do you any good. And be careful with this because the problem is not the other person, because the other person does what they do and you are the one who decides what to do with what the other person does. When someone mistreats you with words, attitudes, silences, lies, you have to set a limit. Because if you don't put it in, that person isn't going to put it in for you. It is you who has to decide what you are willing to tolerate and what is unacceptable in your life. And here's a key question you have to ask yourself. What is a relationship worth? Is it worth enduring mistreatment, lies, and abuse? Is it worth having your trust, your kindness, and your love abused? When something hurts you, saying no is not violence. It's setting a boundary. It's self-care. It's prioritizing yourself. It's loving yourself. It's valuing yourself. And this is something that almost no one dares to do. Setting a limit is not shouting. It's not explaining 1,000 times, nor is it arguing. In other words, calmly and firmly. When you speak to me like that, it hurts me. When you can speak without attacking me, we'll talk again. And then you turn around and leave. But what happens when the boundary is with family? Having the same blood or loving someone doesn't mean putting up with everything. If you tell your family, this is bad for me, and they continue by doing so, even if you love them, you have to understand that they are not respecting you. And stretching the limits or not setting them leads to chaos. You hurt yourself, you endure things you don't want to, you become emotionally ill, and this is the hardest part to accept. The fault lies not with the other person, it is ours, because we are the ones who have to set the limit. I'll give you a very clear example. If you tell your family, if that person who hurts me is at the dinner you're inviting me to, I'm not going. And if they invite you without warning, you don't argue, you don't explain again. You're leaving because you set the limit and nobody else is going to do it for you. And if they didn't respect you, it's not disrespectful to leave, because if those who love you don't take care of you, you have to take care of yourself. Nobody's going to take care of your emotional well-being for you. Nobody. And nobody is going to force you to go through situations that distress you, bother you, or make you feel bad if you don't want to. Bother you or make you feel bad if you don't want to do them. If someone is bothered by your boundaries, it's not because they're wrong, it's because they can no longer do whatever they want with you. And besides, if you're not important enough for them to respect your boundaries and avoid hurting you, why should they be important to you? Don't stay where you have to shrink yourself to fit in. Don't stay where you have to put up with things to be loved. Healthy love doesn't cross boundaries, it respects them. And if you start setting them today, you're not losing anyone, you're choosing yourself. Because if someone leaves because they don't like that you won't tolerate the mistreatment or the harm they try to cause you, you should just celebrate that they're out of your life, because you are the priority and no one but you is going to fight for your emotional well-being. And there's nothing better for you than removing the people from your life who ruin your emotional well-being and make your life harder instead of easier. If this video resonated with you, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more content that takes care of you.